After completing the basic principle, we are going to start construction and how LED is being constructed. So this is the basic schematic diagram of the LED. Actually, first we should know that how PN junction diode is made. So first we have, this is a P-type semiconducting material, this is a N-type semiconducting material. As we know that silicon and germanium are tetravalent elements. Silicon and germanium are tetravalent elements. Now I am doping trivalent impurities or a pentavalent impurities into the tetravalent intrinsic silicon and germanium. So by processing the impurities to the intrinsic semiconducting materials, we are able to achieve P-type semiconducting material as well as N-type semiconducting material. If I have this P-type semiconducting material, majority charge carrier inside the P-type semiconducting material should be hole. Minority charge carrier inside the P-type semiconducting material should be electron. If I have this N-type semiconducting material, majority charge carrier inside the N-type material should be electron. Minority charge carrier should be hole. This is, as I mentioned, that this diode is made up of gallium arsenide and gallium phosphide. This is the basic difference between LED and ordinary diode. So, if we see that this is an N-type semiconducting material, majority charge carriers will be electron. P-type semiconducting material, majority charge carriers will be hole. But what happens in between P-type semiconducting material and N-type semiconducting material? Between these two, P-type region and N-type region, we have depletion barrier. And in a depletion barrier, nothing will be majority charge carrier, nothing will be minority charge carrier, because number of electrons or number of holes inside the depletion barrier will be equal. So depletion barrier is never allowed to participate in a process of conduction. P-type material is allowed to remain participate in a conduction process. N-type material is also allowed to active in a conduction process, but depletion barrier is not allowed to participate in a conduction process. So this is an active region. Depletion barrier is an active region. Why this is active region? Active region is a region where light energy is being generated. So the depletion barrier of the LED is acting as an active region. LED is always used under the forward bias. So if I am connecting the LED under the forward bias condition, then and then only LED is able to generate to produce the light. If I am connecting LED under the reverse bias, we will never find the light energy from the light emitting diode. Another reason is that this anode is acting as a positive terminal. Why this anode is acting as a positive terminal? Because anode is taken from the P-type semiconducting material, and P-type semiconducting material contains the majority charge carrier holes, and we know that each and every holes have a positive charge. Now another terminal, this terminal, which is taken from the N-type semiconducting material. This terminal is acting as a negative terminal, and this terminal is a negative terminal because in an N-type semiconducting material, majority charge carriers are electron, and each and every electrons exhibit negative charge. So anode would be always positive in nature and cathode would be always negative in nature. This is the active region of depletion barrier. What happens? Which process is being expressed inside the depletion barrier? We know that if this LED is constructed or connected in a forward biased region means anode or a p-type semiconducting material is connected with a positive terminal of the battery. Therefore, for an n-type semiconducting material is connected as a negative terminal of the battery. This connection is called forward bias. This connection is called forward bias. Now, what happens if I am connecting a diode under the forward biased region? We know that the depletion barrier of this diode starts to reduce in a size, reduce in a area. So, if I am increasing the forward voltage across this LED, this depletion barrier starts to decreases. Why decreases? What should be the reason behind the decrement? Reason is that here negative charges, here we have negative charges. Between these two negative charges, there will be always repulsion. So what happens? At this side, we have more and more repulsion through this charge. So this charges, this electron from the n-type region are pushed out towards the depletion barrier due to the repulsion. Same thing happens here. Here we are connecting the positive terminal of the battery. So here positive charge, this positive charge of the battery and this positive charge of the hole inside the p-type semiconducting materials, there will be always repulsion. So due to this repulsion, these holes are also shifting towards the depletion barrier. Shortly, we can say that holes are shifting towards the depletion barrier due to this repulsion. As well as electrons from the n-type semiconducting materials are also shifting towards the depletion barrier due to this repulsion of the external connected power supply. So what happens if I am increasing the forward voltage, forward bias voltage across this LED? Repulsion is being increased. If this repulsion is being increased, shifting of the electron, shifting of the hole is also being increased. So what happens if I am increasing forward voltage? Depletion barrier width reduces. Depletion barrier will be reduces. Actually, again the question is that why this decrement in a depletion barrier gives a light energy? The answer is that in a depletion barrier there will be the process of a recombination. So what happens? This is a recombination. Recombination is being takes place after I am applying the forward voltage across the LED. Before applying this forward voltage, there will be no recombination. So these are the electrons which are available in the n-type region, and these electrons are making a recombination with these are the holes. These are the holes. These were available in a p-type semiconducting material. These are the electrons which are available, which were available inside the n-type material. And in a depletion barrier, what happens? There is a recombination between the electron and the hole. So ultimately, we can say that before applying the bias voltage, this electron were a free electron. But after applying bias voltage, these electrons are converted from a free electron to the bound electron, from a E2 energy level to E1 energy level, or from a conduction band to the valence band, or from a higher energy level to the lower energy level. Means once we apply the forward voltage to the light emitting diode, free electrons are converted to the bounded electron. So what happens? According to Bohr's hypothesis, whenever electrons are making a transition from higher energy level to lower energy level, there will be the release of the energy, and this release of the energy should be fall into the window of light. So this is the explanation that we have applied electrical energy, and what we are gaining, we are achieving light energy. We are achieving light energy. So all this we should write into the working of the LED, that how LED works, how LED is able to convert the electrical energy to the light energy. This is the answer. This would be the construction of the LED. So after working construction basic principle or fundamental of this LED, another thing is that terminal which is used as an anode, this terminal is taken from the outside. Why it is taken from the outside? Because if I am connecting this terminal from the inside of the p-type semiconducting material, what happens? Light energy, more and more light energy will not able to escape from the LED. That's why that if I am taking this anode from the outside of the p-type semiconducting material, more and more light energy is being able to escape from this LED. Another thing is that base of the n-type semiconducting material should be made up of, this is the base of the n-type semiconducting material should be made up of silver or gold, majority gold material, gold plated material. And we use silver material. Why? What should be the reason of using such types of gold or silver material at the side of the base of the n-type? The reason is that actually whenever recombination is being takes place, we cannot say that recombination of the electron will lead us a generation of the light into a single direction. Actually it will be in a each and every direction. If this is a recombination, light energy will be generated in each and every direction. So what happens? If I am using this metallic material base, and this base will make a maximum reflection of the light. This base will make a maximum reflection of the light that is falling onto this metallic sheet by the recombination. So these are the basic requirement which is being used in a portion of the construction of the light emitting diode. This both requirement will lead us to achieve more and more light which is generated by this light emitting diode. So this would be construction as well as working. Now I am going to start advantage. What are the advantages of LED? Today we know that in a clock, railway clock, or in our house, we are using a clock, and this most of the clocks are made up of LED. Actually, first advantage of an LED in a compared to tungsten filament bulb. Tungsten filament bulb will require more power, will require more voltage, will require more current. LED, this LED can be applicable if I am connecting the battery. It should be 9. This is a 9 volt battery. If I am using 3 voltage battery, 1.5 voltage battery, then I am able to glow this LED. So power requirement to activate the light throughout this LED is low. So a first advantage of LED is that power requirement is less. Another thing is that lifespan of the LED is more than 20 years. This LED is able to work properly. This LED is able to give the light properly more than 20 years. Tungsten filament can never be used for such long duration. So this is second is duration. We have longer lifespan of LED. It will be advantage. Low power requirement, it will be also advantage. LED are not a costly device. So the LED is not a costly device because it is made up of semiconducting material, and another thing is that transportation cost is LED are smaller in a size, lighter in a weight. We can see this. This is smaller in size, lighter in weight. So what happens? If this is a smaller in size, lighter in weight, then transportation from one place to another place, transportation from the industry to the consumer will be not costly. So these are the advantages. Another advantage is that if I am increasing electric current passing through the LED will give me a more bright light, more intense light. So the intensity of the LED, that is totally depends on a value of electric current that is passing through this LED. So I am able to control intensity of the LED by controlling the value of electric current which is passing through the light LED. Now that is in our hand. That based on application point of view, what should be the requirement of intensity which will be generated by the LED. So all these are the applications, advantages. Another application is that in printed circuit board, it is easier to fabricate LED based on our application point of view. So these are the advantages. Disadvantage is that actually disadvantage of device, and particularly this device which is made up of semiconducting material. So electrical property of semiconducting material is totally depending on a temperature. So what happens? Intensity or such electrical requirement of the LED, electrical requirement, electrical parameter of the LED, sometimes totally based on temperature. If temperature is being changed, requirement will be changed. Intensity generated by the LED will be changed. So we should keep in our mind the temperature. Why temperature? Because in a semiconducting material, each and every property, each and every characteristics is totally based on the temperature. So this one is disadvantage of the light emitting diode. Another thing is that which comes in the part of disadvantage, that if I am passing more current through the LED, overcurrent can never be accepted by the LED, and due to the reason of this overcurrent, this LED may damage permanently. So this will be the disadvantage. Illumination efficiency is also low if compared to tungsten filament bulb. This one is also disadvantage of light emitting diode. So lots of advantages is there, and that's why that in a market, in a day-to-day life, we are observing the presence of the LED in each and every place. So advantages are overcoming over the disadvantages.